Okay, Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen. I know for a fact that this is the bit you have all been waiting for. That is for sure. I have for your consideration today basically the 2016 audited financial statements. That is going to be the objective of my presentation. What you do have in front of you is a booklet which includes the financial statements towards the rear. So that is what I'm going to be focusing on. Before we dive into the details, I just want to do a quick reminder to you of the legal status of OPAL. OPAL is a society that has been registered with the Ministry of Social Development. This was done via a royal decree that was issued in February 2000 and subsequently with a ministerial decision that was passed a year later. OPAL is a not-for-profit organization. Whatever revenue we raise during the year, we aim to break even with the expenditure in that same year. So a quick overview of the financial statements. Our financial statements have been produced in line with the International Financial Reporting Standards, and looking specifically at the performance of 2016, we've had a very minor excess of expenditure over revenue of about 127,000, and I will talk a little bit about what caused that variance. But more importantly, when we look at our funds on an accumulated basis, we have been able, as at the 31st of December 2016, accumulated an excess of revenue over expenditure of 1.1 million riyals, which is a very strong financial footing for OPAL. If we focus on the 2016 revenue, consistent with previous years, the majority of the revenue raised by OPAL is by far from membership fees. And for this, on behalf of my fellow board directors, I would like to thank each and every one of you representing the companies that are members of OPAL for supporting us with your fees, which have allowed us really to execute a number of ambitious programs, some of which you've already seen in the video and via the chairman's report. If we look at the variances 2016 versus 2015, again, there has been an erosion in terms of revenue with respect to membership fees. Unfortunately, during 2016, we did lose 29 members along the way. However, I am confident that we will be able to reinstate these members. We have been in touch with them. We're trying to look at our gap to potential and try to close those gaps in order to meet their needs. They have seen evidence of what OPAL has delivered to date, as well as the plan for what we would like to deliver over the next coming period. There's also been a decline in terms of training fees and sponsorship fees. To be quite frank with you, this is to be expected. Given the macroeconomic environment at this time, a lot of companies do tend to make cuts in what they categorize to be discretionary spend. So unfortunately for OPAL, with companies cutting down on sponsorship and training, we have been impacted in 2016. Conversely, we have had an increase in revenue that has offset this slightly. The revenue has been generated through advertisement fees from our OPAL magazine publication that started in 2016. Now, unfortunately, we only issued it twice a year. However, the aim going forwards is to ramp up to be able to issue these publications on a quarterly basis, and that should also allow for a significant increase in revenue. In terms of expenditure, again, consistent with previous years, the majority of our expenditure actually is related to employee costs. This is actually a good thing. The objective of OPAL is to continue to retrain and attract high-caliber professionals in order to assist us to deliver against our ambitious programs and to meet your needs as our members. Looking at the variances of expenditure between 2016 and 2015, again, the increase by far has been towards employee costs. During 2016, I am pleased to say that our recruitment drive was very, very positive. Against our approved establishments, we managed to fill our vacancies. We only have one vacancy left, and we aim to fill that vacancy by April this year. So those increase in costs are actually quite positive. It's employee costs and manpower associated costs. In addition, you will see an increase in depreciation and amortization. This by far relates to furniture, equipment, and software that was procured actually towards the end of 2015, but because of our depreciation and amortization policy, we got the biggest hit in 2016 for the first time incurrence of the depreciation and amortization charge. A slight offset is there in terms of administration expenses. The decrease is primarily due to a decrease in in-house training and associated costs such as stationery, printing, and of course office refreshments. Cash is king, and we are doing quite well. Consistent with the promise that I did give at the AGM last year, our strategy in 2016 was by far to minimize cash at hand and in operational accounts. So consistent with that view, what we have done is transferred 488,000 riyals into an Islamic profit-bearing account, and hence, if you look at the slide, you will see the pie chart, an increase in the, I think it's pink or purple shaded area, has actually increased from 33% in 2015 to 82% in 2016. All in all, our cash and bank and short-term deposit in aggregate is about 1.1 million riyals. This is a very strong financial footing and gives a really good buffer, basically to take care of OPAL's expenditure over the next 2 years should we not be generating additional revenue. That's not to say we won't be approaching you for sponsorship and continue to retain you as members. We will, of course, utilize all these funds towards the needs of our members and to deliver against our ambitious programs. We do have funds that we operate under custody. These funds are only being reported here for completeness purposes. They do not form a part of our financial statements. We've only disclosed them within our financial statements for completeness purposes. You may recall the Cyclone Gonu Fund. This is a fund that was established in 2007, owing to contributions and donations from members like yourselves, from a social welfare perspective. Now, what you might remember from the previous AGM is that the amount, which is ring-fenced separately, by the way, and in separate accounts, was stagnating at about, I think it's 69,000. So again, consistent with the view of social welfare, following a decision by the board and also here at the AGM, we agreed to use 33,500 of those funds towards the Maktabati project in cooperation with Dar al-Ata. And for those who drove in, you may have seen the mobile library parked up front. You've also seen it on the video. The objective of it from a social welfare perspective is to promote literacy within Oman. The bus moves from town to town and has a multitude of books for different ages. Very impressive. The other fund that we have under our custody belongs to the HRICV initiative in conjunction with the Ministry of Oil and Gas. The balance at the end of 2015 was about 737,000, but during 2016, consistent with approvals from the Ministry of Oil and Gas, we did spend 392,000 towards various expenses. Again, this is under our custody, it's in a separate account, and it is disclosed separately in our financial statements. OPAL's 2016 financial statements have been audited independently by Moore Stephens. I actually just want to take a minute on behalf of the board to thank Moore Stephens. Since the inception of OPAL, Moore Stephens have been auditing our accounts as external auditors on a pro bono basis. Not once has their support wavered. They have been there with us since the inception, and really we are truly thankful for their support. The audit opinion of Moore Stevens is clean and not qualified. And at this point, if I can have a representative from Moore Stevens to come up on stage in order to read the auditor's report to the members of OPAL. Mr. Prasad.
Good evening, Your Excellency and members. Thanks, Saipa, for the nice words. If I can quote Mr. Musallam, a few minutes ago he said that they have shed blood, sweat and tears. We have only shed sweat till now. The day we start shedding blood and tears, we also may consider starting peace then. My name is Prasad. I am the director in charge at Moore Stevens for responsible for the OPAL audit. We have conducted the year 2016 in accordance with international standards on auditing. The audit report this year is a bit detailed compared to how it was in the previous year, in line with the revisions to the international standards. We'd like to confirm that we are independent of OPAL as far as audit is concerned. Our audit report is clean and not qualified, which means that OPAL's financial statements reflects fairly the financial position and performance of the society for the year 2016 in accordance with IFRS. If there are any queries on the financial statements, we'll be pleased to answer that. Thank you. Thanks.
As I always like to say, please ask now or forever hold your peace. So, a few more formalities before I can let you off the hook. We need a couple of approvals from our AGM. For the first one, if I can have a member to please approve the related party transactions that have been disclosed, Allahu Akbar, in note 7 of the 2016 financial statements by a show of hand, please. Thank you. If I may have someone to second, please, just by a show of hand. Thank you very much. At this point, a member to kindly approve the adoption of the audited financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2016, by a show of hand. Thank you. If I can have someone to second, please. Thank you. Last but not least, if I can have a member to kindly approve the reappointment of auditors, again, Moore Stevens, on a pro bono basis for the year ending 31st December 2017. Thank you. And someone to second. I'm getting old, so I can't see hands. I think there's one right in the back. Thank you very much. Right, so this brings me to the end of my presentation, but also the end of my tenure as the board director and treasurer of OPAL. It's been a 2-year tenure. It has been a very invigorating experience, very enriching. I sincerely enjoyed serving you, the members, via the board. I really enjoyed working with the board as well, and I continue to wish you all the best. I feel so proud seeing OPAL growing from strength to strength, and I'll always be here for support on the sidelines. Thank you very much.